shrimp bisque with mushroom bruschetta topped with onion crisps. Lovely, and it really pairs fantastic with this wine from our friends at Yost Winery. It is a Lacadie Blanc Riesling. Delicious, full of green apple notes and pear, crisp, perfect acidity for this dish. Get ready. Okay, so the first thing you have to do is peel a pound of, I'm using a 2125 wild-caught shrimp here. You can see it's red. This is an Argentinian shrimp. You can buy them now in the store. Beautiful shrimp. I've just peeled it, and we're going to park that in the fridge and start off with the shell stock. We're going to make a shrimp bouillon. First thing we need to do is add 2 tablespoons of olive oil to this pan. We're going to get that going and add all the shell stock in there and start browning that up. We want to brown it, but we don't want to burn it. Now we can see how it's starting to brown up. We're going to take the heat down and add the onion. I've got 2 large Spanish onions here. I've sliced them, and we're going to use about 1/4 of that here. The rest we're going to need later. Then we need 1 grated carrot, 1 thinly sliced celery stalk, just like that, and we need to add 2 finely minced garlic cloves. Beautiful. We're mixing it all up. We'll cook it up for about 3 to 4 minutes. Now you can see how the onions have nicely softened up along with the carrots, and we're going to add 6 cups of water in here. One bay leaf and a pinch of salt, and we're going to bring this back up to a boil. Once it gets to a boil, we're going to cover up, take down the heat, and simmer it for about 25 minutes. Okay, you can see it's come to a complete boil, and I'm just going to take it right down. I'm going to cover it, and we're going to let that simmer for 25 minutes. Okay, while we're waiting for the bouillon to simmer away, we're going to start this part, and I've just dropped a 1.5 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, 2 tablespoons of butter mixed in there with that olive oil, and you can see that's starting to bubble up. And we want to sweat out the rest of those onions that we halved and sliced. And that's about 5 to 6 minutes until they get tender. Okay, so here we go. We're just taking this shrimp bouillon that we've been cooking for 25 minutes, simmering away, and we're going to strain it, like so. Okay, after straining, we're just going to throw this bouillon back in here, and we're going to take the rest of these onions that we sauteed in the butter and olive oil, and put that in there and turn this back on medium heat to start. Okay, we're going to add 6 tablespoons of rice. I'm using basmati rice, and a giant heaping tablespoon of tomato paste. Okay, we've got this back up to a boil. We've got the rice in there, we've got the bouillon. Now we're going to take this right down, and we're going to simmer this for 30 minutes until that rice cooks. Okay, well, here we go, folks. A little slurp first. Okay. I'm just going to finish this off. Let's take this little handheld blender. So we just want to put this now back on a medium heat, and we're going to just put all that 1 beautiful pound of wild-caught shrimp in there. So we just stir in that beautiful pound of wild-caught shrimp. There we go, and we're going to cook that. Look at that. Ay, wonderful. That smells like the sea. Okay, and we're going to cover this, and we want to simmer this for about 8 minutes. And what we want to do halfway through the simmering, or after about 4 minutes, is just put a few drops of freshly squeezed lemon juice in here. And then put the lid back on for another 4 minutes. Okay folks, so mushroom bruschetta with crispy onions. And I'll tell you, this is, my problem is I'm going to make these and they don't get onto the bruschetta because I'm eating them all the time after I cook them. They're so good. Okay, so we're going to use a blend of portobello mushrooms and some white button mushrooms to make this mushroom bruschetta. First up though, and I'll move these away, first up is the onions. I took a mandolin and finally ran 2 big white Spanish onions through them. I'm going to dump that into a larger bowl, and we're going to take 1 cup of flour, all-purpose flour. We're going to throw that on there. And here's the secret ingredient. This is available everywhere. It's called peri peri. Wonderful. It's even got some lemon oil, but I was going to take 2 tablespoons of this. You can buy it everywhere. Peri peri. We'll put that on. We'll make sure we have that well posted on the recipe when you're looking for it. And we just take our hands here, and we're going to take the flour and that peri peri, and we want to get it all. Okay, so I've got about 1 inch of peanut oil in this wok, and we're going to drop those onions in there. We're going to do them in small batches, like so. Okay, toss them around, break them up a little bit. Okay, so there you go, that golden brown. I'll pop those out and make another batch. Okay, so moving along, there's our onion crisps all ready to go. And now we're going to work on these portobello mushrooms. We're going to take those stems out of there. We're going to use them, but we're going to pull them out. Like so. And they just pop out. And what we want to do is get a spoon and we're going to dig out these black gills that are there. We're going to take that out of there. We don't want that. It's going out. Out you go. Like so. So we just cut these in half. I'm just going to go ahead and slice these white guys up. Thinly as possible if you can. Okay, so moving right along here, folks. Just a big heaping tablespoon of butter in here on medium heat. Let's get that bubbling there. That's what we want. A finely chopped, minced clove of garlic. And then we're going to take a small carrot, grated, pop that in there. A 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And 1/8 of a teaspoon, or a pinch, of cayenne pepper in there. Away we go. So we're just sauteing this for about 3 minutes. Okay, so in those beautiful morsels go. Okay, we're going to drizzle a teaspoon of fresh squeezed lemon juice. And we need to cook these mushrooms down for about somewhere between 5 and 7 minutes. So we're just looking for, you know, the mushrooms to look somewhat dry, not totally dried out, but we want to get a lot of evaporation, the moisture out of the mushrooms as much as we can, but without burning the mushroom. Okay, so there you go, folks. We're ready with that. A couple of tablespoons of freshly chopped coriander. Okay, fresh baguette. We all know what that is. Cut this on the bias about 1/2 inch, a centimeter, just like so. That's the size we want. Okay, for this purpose, we'll do up about 18. Okay, next up, what we want to do is put these on a non-greased baked cookie sheet, baking pan, like so. Be right back. Okay, so lightly toasted, so that you take the sponge out of them. And now we're going to just brush a bit of butter on these guys. This isn't rocket science. Butter on both sides. Okay, so after the bruschetta has been buttered on both sides, we just want to put a little mound of our mushroom on each one. Look at that. And now we're just going to sprinkle a little bit of these on top and finish it off. So, all ready to go back in the oven for about 8 minutes. and it's going to actually darken those onions even a little bit more, and we're going to hit it with some fresh coriander and get ready. Well, it's my favorite time of the day after cooking, and get to enjoy the fruits of our labor and the fruits of Yost Winery. Thank you again for this delicious wine, Acadie Blanc Riesling. Delicious. Cheers, everybody. And you can see this shrimp bisque is absolutely looking like I should eat it. Fabulous. Thanks very much again for joining in, and I hope you like this dish. I hope you try it, and I have to tell you, it's exquisite. It's not difficult to make. It's a lot of fun, and well, thanks for joining in. Please come back again, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Capt'n Kenny's Galleys. Thank you.